sure you guys felt that, but that is the full power of my bus going uphill. She's a mighty one. Once we get a little further on this pass, I am going to be talking about a lot of the things that you'll see on the pass. If you have questions, feel free to shout them out. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have. And I can't turn around to see if you raise your hand. So shouting them out is the best option for you and the safest. You're going to see what is known as the Black Lakes to your right and then coming up on your left. Can anybody tell me why they're called the Black Lakes?
Because it's black. The water's black.
Because the water's black. There you go. Does anybody know why they have that color?
Iron.
You guys are getting close. It's the tannin that's in the water. So it's a very mineral-rich water. All the tannin comes from the deadfall of the leaves. Once they decompose in the water, it kind of turns it, when you see it and the light hits it just right, it kind of has this really dark orange color. And then in the shadows, it kind of appears black. That's why they're called the Black Lakes. You're going to see a lot of rock formations to our left and especially to our right. Those are called plutons. They're mostly made of granite. Now coming over these trees here, you're going to see this vast space of land. That done? Let's see if those are clear. To your right, you're going to see the White Pass and Yukon Route Railway that you'll be on later today. Pass and Yukon Route Railway was built in the 1900s in hope that they were going to help ship the gold from Dawson City back into Skagway. However, when they finished building it, the gold rush was already over. It was used for a while to ship other various goods across from certain places and back into Skagway, but they just didn't have a need for it anymore, especially when they built this highway. So now it's used as a scenic railway. You're also going to see a lot of waterfalls on your left. They're coming up in just a bit, but if you blink, you might miss them. So I'll try to point them out as we go, but sometimes I miss them myself. Skagway must really like your group because the sun's coming out.
Yay.
There's a waterfall to your left. Now this gray building that's to your right is a incinerator. It's Skagway's incinerator. It burns 90% of the trash that comes from Skagway. Not the most beautiful sight to see, but it is a necessity for Skagway. The train is making its way across that railway now. Coming up to the U.S. Customs now. We're just going to pass it. The U.S. Customs and Canadian Customs are actually pretty far away from each other and pretty far away from the border. And that is because the border is an avalanche zone in the wintertime. These mountains form from two tectonic plates pushing up against each other. That's why these mountains are so close to the ocean, because the North American and the Pacific tectonic plates are pushing together, creating these huge mountains. The tallest peak here is around 20,000 feet. The highest we're going to reach today is 3,292 feet. Now, if some of you want to look to your right and look up, there's kind of a dip in the mountainside. That is Goat Lake up there. Also, once we cross these trees, you'll see it a little bit better. But there is a blue pipe that runs all the way from Goat Lake down the mountain. And that's Skagway's water slide. I'm lying. That is actually a pipe that brings all of the water from Goat Lake and pulls it down into a hydroelectric plant that powers all of Skagway. It has so much power, in fact, that it powers all of Skagway and half of Haines.
There's the falls down there. Waterfall.
Trees that are sparse. It's all rock.
Do people hike in these mountains?
There are people that do hike in these mountains. This sort of roughly follows the White Pass Trail, which was in the 1800s, what trail that they took to get to Lake Bennett, and then that would take them to Dawson City for the gold.
Are these snow markers up here?
Yes, so these markers that are going to be to our left and to our right, they're L-shaped. Those are to help navigate snow plows in the wintertime.